It's your day in tech history, and it's brought to you by our friends over at Carbonite, where you can get a 15-day free trial by going over to geekazine.com/carbon-free. Jeffrey Powers here. I welcome you to the Day in Tech History, a full rundown of technology history 7 days a week. Subscribe to the show via iTunes, Stitcher, or download right from dayintechhistory.com. Now let's find out what happened on this day, your day in tech history. January 10th, 1927. If you've never seen this movie, it's called Metropolis, and it was Fritz Lang's famous science fiction film. It took 2 years to shoot and cost more than lots of cash to produce, and than any other silent film to date. It had new special effects, including the Schuften process, which would earn it a place in history. So basically it involves shooting an actor through a hole in a silvered back of a mirror, which is reflecting a matte painting. So basically Metropolis, the movie Metropolis, 1927, came out on January 10th here. So 1946, the United States Army Signal Corps successfully bounces a radar wave off the surface of the moon for the first time in an operation codenamed Project Diana. 1962, the IBM Data Processing Division releases an operational version of COBOL, Common Business-Oriented Language. 1985, Sir Clive Sinclair, who is a pioneer of handheld computer technology, demonstrates the Sinclair C5 electric car. It had a marketable price, but it would fail so badly that it would soon become the object of industry ridicule, basically selling about 17,000 units. $399 pounds, and there was a delivery charge there too. But that was like $800, and you would have had basically the electric car. Also in 1985, Apple Computer releases the Macintosh Plus, which featured an 8 megahertz Motorola 68000 chip, 1 megabyte of RAM, and a 3.5-inch floppy, 800 kilobyte floppy that is, and SCSI parallel interface for up to 7 peripherals. $2,599. 1990, Time Incorporated acquires Warner Communications for $14.1 billion to form Time Warner. 1994, Robert and Carlene Thomas, the sysops of the Amateur Action BBS in California, were arrested by federal agents acting on behalf of the U.S. Postal Service. Basically, they were on 6 counts of transporting obscene material and 1 count of receiving child pornography. The Thomases would eventually end up in prison and sentenced to several years. 1996. TI-83 calculator is introduced by Texas Instruments. It costs $125, and it came with what was called financial functions. It would be one of the most popularly used calculators by students in middle school and high school. In 1998, the ValueJet homepage is hacked, and the website of Carney Plastics Incorporated, computer tutor training and services, East Liverpool High School Alumni Association, and a whole bunch of other ones are hacked by Optic Lens. Now this word from our friends over at Carbonite who want to help you pursue your passion. January is a month to reflect on what you did the previous year and also plan what you're going to do in the next. One thing you might want to put on that resolution list is to back up your data. And Carbonite is here to help with that. Founded in 2005, Carbonite backs up over 300 billion files to their secure servers, from photos of your newborn to important videos of the family and friends, not to mention those years of scanned documents you've been spending days digitizing. All of it gets stored in their secure cloud, so you're protected from fire, theft, and other acts, but also able to pull it down on your iPad to show those cute pictures to friends and family. Your data is secure and encrypted, and if you're a small business in the healthcare market, Carbonite can help since they are also HIPAA compliant. It's your life backed up for $59.95 a year, a small investment in important files. For more information, you got to check out geekazine.com/carbon free. That's geekazine.com/carbon free. Back up now, back up often, back up off-site with Carbonite. Now let's get back into your day in tech history. 2000, internet service provider AOL announced that it would acquire Time Warner for $165 billion in stock. Of course, this was 10 years after Time acquired Warner Communications for $14.1 billion to form Time Warner. 2001, Vasily Gorshkov was convicted of 20 counts of fraud in computer crimes for stealing credit card numbers and defrauding PayPal. In 2002, Royal Consumer Information Products releases the Royal Linux handheld computer. It featured a 206 MHz Intel strong-arm processor, the Linux operating system, built-in MP3 player, and a bunch more cool stuff for $299. 2006, Apple Computer announced that its iTunes music store had sold 850 million songs and 8 million videos. Also in 2006, at Macworld Conference and Expo, the first Apple computer systems to feature the Intel processors, the iMac and MacBook Pro, were released. They were based on the Intel Core Duo platform. Apple also announced that out of all the lines will complete the transition to Intel processors on all hardware by the end of 2006. In 2008, Jeff Rakes announced that he's leaving Microsoft after 26 years. He was the head of Microsoft's business division. 2009, a court ruled against Rambus on a suit that said Micron infringed on 12 patents. However, Rambus shredded documents which would cite spoliation, which is defined as destruction or alteration of documents. And in 2011, Microsoft Server and Tools business president Bob Muglia steps down from his role. He would leave Microsoft later in the year. And AMD CEO Dirk Meyer resigned due to pressure from AMD because of the fact that they weren't in the mobile area as much as AMD wanted to. On August 25th, Rory Reid would take over as AMD CEO. And that's your day in tech history. My name is Jeffrey Powers, www.dayintechhistory.com. All the show notes are over at wikizine.com, Geekazine's wiki. And of course, you can like the Facebook page and follow Twitter at Day in Tech Hist. Until tomorrow, take care. Day in Tech History is copyright 2015, JMP Enterprise and Geekazine.com.